right, welcome to library. We are going to do today a lesson that is called book sampling. Today we're going to figure out different genres of books that we like to read. We do this, you all have different groups, and throughout the period you'll move around and do the different groups. So to start out, why don't we talk about what kind of books that we like to read on a regular occasion? That'll be our open and sponge question. So if anybody wants to get started and raise their hand and tell me what kind of books when you go to the library do you generally pick out to read? Asia.
Romance.
Romance books. Why do you like romance books?
Because I like love stories.
You like love stories. KK.
Horror and true crime.
Horror and true crime books. Why do you like them so much?
They're just interesting.
Yeah. Funny story, my wife reads a bunch of books about murdering husbands. It kind of scares me, but she likes to read. I have forced myself to read over a time period. Reading has not come easy to me, so I understand. So during this lesson, hopefully, for the kids like me who don't read a lot, you'll find a book more interesting and a genre or a subset that you want to read. At each table, you have these sheets of paper. What we're going to do is we are going to spend about 3 minutes at each table picking out a book and reading the book. At the end of it, you'll fill out your sheet, and then we'll move to a different genre. At the end of this, we'll all come back together and talk about what books or what genre of books that we like the best and why. I'll collect your exit slips, and then we can carry on for the day. All right, so if you wouldn't mind, please select the book at your table. Start reading quietly to yourself for a few minutes, and then fill out your chart while you read. As you're doing this, I'll walk around the classroom and answer any questions for you, and carry on. All right, we're good. So. Feel free, if you find something good about your books that you want to talk to your teammate about, you're more than free to do that. Silence is a virtue, but in this career, we like to work as groups. So talking, you can say, hey, I found this really cool book if you find something you like to read.
She's basically saying, I like this book because it's trying to remove stigmas about mental health and saying that it's okay to have. Yeah.
It's a good reader to
No, listen, what is your book about?
That lives in New York.
What about you?
Okay, so an accident had happened, and then the main girl, right? So like there's a cheerleader team, and apparently the cheerleader started
because some people don't want to reach out on their own, but they still want to help.
Yeah, because certain people aren't gonna sit here and say anything. They're not gonna admit it. But you should like still make it a point to like try and help them no matter how many times they say they don't need help.
He just broke up with her. He just broke up with
I've never understood white people who can't admit.
Alright, another 60 seconds, then we're gonna switch book genre.
I'm open.
Do we write down? Yeah. There you go. Oh, it didn't say.
Wait, did we write? Yeah, we write it on here, right, Mr. Lee?
You write it on this sheet of paper.
Title.
All right, start wrapping up what you're working on. Stand up and move counterclockwise to the next book genre. Yes. No, take your pencil with you. Take your paper with you too.
So we gonna go over here. Stop your book stuff. Yeah, that's it.
Move on. Leave your books behind. Just take your paper and pencil. Get a new slip. Get a new slip.
Sit right there. Sit. I want this book to this
Never mind. No, that one.
You gotta keep reading and we'll find out. Alright. So, now we're at a new table, new genre. Let's figure out a new book. Maybe we're interested in it. If you're not, that's okay. We don't have to like everything. So, pick out a new book, spend a few minutes skimming through the pages, reading. Maybe you like sci-fi this time. And then fill out a new sheet of paper for me about the new book that you selected. Alright, so get into it, spend a couple minutes reading, and then you can talk about it with your classmates at the table. And then at the very end, we'll all come back together and talk about it. Y'all are doing a great job. I'm glad we're getting into books. Alright. Everybody, put your pencils down. Now that we have the nice sampling of books and we've got our sheets, we'll finish off the lesson by coming together. And I know you only got the 2 stations today, and unfortunately that's all we have time for. But let's point out some things that we really like. Somebody tell me about a genre that you usually don't read. Maybe you like about it now. Jennifer?
That romance book I read, it really shocked me.
What was the name of the romance book?
You say it first.
I say it first?
You say it first.
That's the name of the book.
That's-
Oh, I thought you were asking me. I was like, oh, no, okay, that's the name of the book?
Yeah, it's,
So you would recommend that one?
yeah, it really shocked me.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, anybody else? KK?
The same book you read, it was a lot of drama and it shocked me also.
All right, well, I expect that one to be checked out next time we go to the library. Rylan?
It's called Ferris, and it is a fairy tale book, and it's very like scary, and it's very like horror sort of y, and it's kind of interesting, and it's like a little bit more spooky, but I like scary stuff.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. All right, anybody find a book they didn't like? Or something they don't like? Asia?
The Ferris book.
The Ferris book? The one that she just said she likes? Why didn't you like it?
Oh, I just don't like fairy tales.
You don't like fairy tales? Like real fairy tales or anything?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, so after doing all this, Are we more likely or less likely to go to the library and check out more books in the future? More likely? Alright, thanks you all for coming today. I really appreciate everything you do. Before you leave, will you please turn in your exit slips to me? I'll come around and get them. And I will see you in the library at sometime this week.